My name's Jenny, I'm the CEO at Cross Productions, and Cross Productions help busy business owners generate more opportunities to do business through strategic marketing. So we work with businesses to raise their personal brand awareness, their actual brand awareness, and build trust and rapport with potential clients to open the door to opportunities for them. We take away the headache around marketing so they can get back to doing what they do best, running their business.
My name's Leanne, I'm the Operations Director. I'm responsible for the overall operations within Cross Productions. I wear numerous hats, but the one I enjoy the most is being responsible for the Niche Business Awards. They are a celebration of Leicestershire businesses. You don't have to be nominated to attend, anybody is welcome to attend. It's to celebrate everybody's achievements within Leicester, to support each other. It's a great opportunity to network, generate more opportunities, be involved in a great celebration in Leicester.
I'm Sally Smith and I'm the Marketing Director at Cross Productions. So a lot of business owners can feel overwhelmed with the choice of marketing that's out there, whether it's social media, magazine, events, there's all sorts to do. And I think the important aspect is to just take one thing, one bite-sized chunk, and look at that first. So try and find where you think you're going to best interact with your audience. Do that aspect, do it well, but actually measure the results. So even if you're just going networking, what's the purpose? What do you want to get from it? So it's knowing what's good, what's great, and actually measuring those results so you can then move forward. But I think just taking one bit at a time and actually building on that is really important for marketing. So one of the big things that we find is people don't always know who their ideal client is. So what we mean by ideal client is knowing not just if it's a man or a woman, but looking a bit further into their demographic, their geographic, and the psychographic. So are they a homeowner? Are they married? Do they live in Leicester or certain villages? Do they have tickets to sport events or do they support local charities? It's really, really important to understand who the ideal client is. Once you know who they are, you can work out what they read or what they see, and then from that we can start to try and target them, and then you have some targeted marketing. So it's really important to work out who the ideal client is to know where you're targeting. So pain points is really important when we're trying to interact with clients. A lot of people don't like marketing, they skip adverts on TV, they flick past things. So we want to try and capture them. And the best way to resonate with them is to understand their pain point. So what are they suffering with at the moment? So there's 3 ways of doing it. We look at what's the pain point, how can you help them, and then always come back to the customer. So what value do you add to them? So a pain point, for example, would be if you don't have much time, or quite often when businesses are selling to businesses, it's a time-saving aspect, or when you're selling to a consumer, B2C, quite often it's an emotional buy that you're looking for. So for example, business owners might not have time, so they might need their garden looking after, and it's that time-saving aspect that we want to address. We can help you by taking that stress away, and then again coming back to them so they can come home and enjoy that relaxed time in their garden.
I'm Kerry, the editor of Niche Magazine, Leicestershire's leading business-to-business publication. I studied film and journalism at DMU and applied for some work experience at Cross Productions Niche Magazine. They have a bi-monthly publication which I'd researched, so and they accepted me, and after that I went on to work for them for 4 years, and then I went and did some personal development, upgrading my skills and everything. I went into PR and freelancing for the Leicester Mercury before coming back as editor, so I think that all gave me the skills and the confidence to be able to take that role on. As editor, I'm responsible for planning content, researching stories, interviewing people, working with our design editor and our journalists to assign stories to each of them, source photos, find statistics and research news stories. It's a very varied role, so one day you can be researching into law and lawyers and divorce statistics, and then the next day you can be talking about how to make your garden look nice in the springtime. So it's very varied and interesting, and visiting clients is always interesting as well, because you go to their offices and see all these amazing businesses that you probably didn't know about before, and it's really good to tell everybody in Leicester about them. We think it's good for all the team to have a variety of writing experiences. Just reading lots of different content, lots of different forms of content online is just one part of that. Blogs and newspapers and all sorts, and it just helps you to remember that you're writing for a specific reader, which is key to when you're writing anything. It depends on what platform you're writing on as well. So if it's a blog or a newspaper or a PR press release, they're all different and have different audiences that you want to attract. So the question we apply to every piece of content that we produce and put out there is so what? So it has to have a purpose, and when we ask that, when we've written something, it really helps you to realise what the actual purpose is of that piece of writing that you've done, whether it's a tweet or a LinkedIn post or a press release or something going in a niche magazine. We apply that so what rule across the whole magazine so that every piece has a purpose and it's not just content for content's sake. So every piece has to be engaging, entertaining, educating the readers, or inspiring them. But every brand has a story to tell. People are mostly uninterested in the beginning about your story and why you're the best in your field. They want to know what they can gain from reading this bit of content that you've put in front of them. And whether it's if it's a news piece, you've got a few short seconds to attract their attention. Other ways you can attract it is with opening with a question that you know that your target audience has an opinion about, or a question that they might want to know the answer to. Starting with an interesting quote or some statistics, which comes down to design as well to make them stand out.
My name's Susan Holmes and I'm Head of Design at Cross Productions. What makes a good advert is you need a hook. You need to draw people in. It just makes you stand out from your competitors. So a good headline is one of the ways, because you need to attract your customers. You need to draw them in as well as telling them what you do. A good picture is another way. Colour, not too much in the advert. People are very visual and they will stop if they see something that looks good, and it leaves a good first impression. It's good to give a unique selling point because it shows people that you can offer them something that someone else can't. People also need to know how they can benefit from your company, what you can do for them, not just list your services. A call to action can prompt people to email you, to look into a website and research you a little bit more. People are often fearful with companies, whether they're going to be scammed or whether they may lose their money or whether you don't deliver what they actually want from you. There's no point in having a good advert and offering people these services if you can't deliver, because they won't come back and you'll make them unhappy. If they find that you have given them a good service, they're more likely to tell their friends and get you more business.
My name's Becci and I'm the head of the digital department. So having a goal is key, so knowing what you want out of it, whether it's to generate leads, to build brand awareness, knowing that before you start, it will help with everything. But if you look at it this way, so you're telling a story, so if your business was a film, you wouldn't put a movie poster out without knowing who the gender of your audience is, their age, their interests, where they live. Things like that would all tick in your head if you were putting the movie together. So it's the same for your business. Who are they? Where are they going to be, like when you find the platform? And it's utilising those platforms. So Facebook tends to be slightly more personal, Instagram very visual, so again it depends on your products and services. LinkedIn, yes, the company pages are more B2B, business to business, but your personal page, you can use that strategically to get in touch with other people and do searching and things like that. So it really does depend on your business, where you are and where you want to be. Never write content for the sake of it. So the different platforms, you will post differently. For example, there's a word limit on Twitter, so the content you might write on LinkedIn, which does tend to be better to be longer, so that people click to read more and they engage with it. So every platform's different, the content's therefore different, so the way you write content needs to be personal to that audience that you're trying to reach.